So Batman, the best Batman actor, Christian Bale.
I don't think you're allowed to do that. We opened on a slow-mo shot of crows. You know,
We do?
You know, stuff's gonna happen when you got a slow-mo shot of
Yeah,
birds
that's an omen.
going up into the
It's a
sky.
bad omen.
Yeah, bad omen.
Is that a song?
Yum.
Oh, there's Red Robin in it. Red Robin in it. We all loved
it was
a
a
Red
bird.
Robin in it. Yeah, but it was a black crow, assumingly.
You have a bird, crow. Crow's a bird, I think.
Yeah.
Some sort of aviation creature.
Yeah.
What I really enjoyed was the guy just sort of sent that kid into a dark hole and was like, we can't go back in there because it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's unsafe, he said.
It's unsafe, but kid, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what we get. We get the bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. It's basically
It's Pinocchio for the modern day.
oh yeah. Well, what I'll say is it mirrors that scene at the beginning of Tommy Boy where he's walking through the factory and just talking to all the people that work there.
Yeah.
So it's similar to that, but it ends well. Actually, it ends pretty similar because the parent. Anyway, we're in a mine.
Yeah, that's a mine shaft, I would say.
Mine shaft, mine, and they're digging, and then they dig through, and they dig to this pocket.
This crevasse.
There's a crevasse, a pocket in the cave,
Frozen in time.
So Quinn, who is
The guy from
played
Jaws?
no, it's a different. It's a name people can have
Oh.
that we can attribute to different characters and different things that can be unrelated. Also, I think Jaws it was Quint, so I don't know.
A doll's eyes.
You're gonna need another bigger boat. Anyway, we got so this is a young Christian Bale at this point. Christian Bale's character.
He was in
when
Newsies when he was a kid.
It's true. Santa Fe. Yeah. Remember Crutchy?
Yeah. I don't. I've never seen it.
You ever seen it?
No.
Oh, it's good. I love the Newsies. That was like one of the weird movies we
'Cause of the
watched
hats?
growing up. No. Like it just like
Oh.
randomly. I remember watching the Newsies far too often. I feel like I definitely saw that movie at least like 10 times before
Wow,
the
that's a
age
lot
of like 15.
That's a lot of Newsies, man.
Yeah, like I think we just either we liked it a lot or just that was the one of the 10 VCRs we.
That might be one of those
VHSs we
things you
had.
keep to yourself.
Yeah, I
actually.
know. I really, I know the Newsies way too well. In Santa Fe, that's all I know from that song. I didn't retain the information.
Yeah, no,
but I
it's
remember
there.
the
It's
experiencing the experience
jotting around,
more
bopping
so
around
than
in
the
there.
experience. They had Crutchy and they were Newsies and they did that. And then there was the people that came and beat them up all the time. Anyway, we open the mines. We're underneath, and the kid goes into the hole while the adults are trying to figure it out, and he sees something and it scares him. Do we see the dragon? In that
Yeah,
one?
we do.
We do, right? Oh,
Yeah.
it's a dragon.
Yeah, we
Here
see
comes dragons.
scales and everything.
And guess what? They breathe fire,
Yeah, they do.
just like most dragons do.
Big old fires.
And then stuff starts going bad. The kid runs out.
yeah.
Do the parents come in and get him? The mom gets him?
Well, he
Mom-
runs out and he runs past the guy. And he's like,
Yeah.
it's unsafe in unsafe conditions. You can't go in there. And then they
Yeah.
blow up from the fire, and then the mom runs with him. And they get
They
into
get
that.
the
They
mine.
get into
the elevator.
it's called a lift
The
in
lift.
London, buddy.
They get into the lift.
God,
And
so American.
they're
over
going
there.
up it, and it gets exploded
Yeah.
with the fire.
Mom takes one for the team.
Yeah, because it rattles around, right?
Yeah.
And so the kid's fine.
I
Mom-
would say he's
mom
very
bites it.
traumatized.
Well, yeah. And fast forward, Apocalypse.
Yeah. You know
Here's the
what year
thing.
this movie takes place in?
2002.
It starts in 2002, but do you know when Christian Bale is aged? Like when we
Oh.
find them? 2020.
Oh, okay.
Not a good year for
Not a
anyone.
good year for
ever.
anyone. Hey, you know what?
I would have taken the dragons, I
they
think.
avoided the COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have preferred the dragons.
Yeah, I think. Well, because by then they got rid of it. They got rid of the dragons at the end of the movie.
Well, yeah, but when that
Assumingly.
takes yeah.
Well, that's the wrap.
That's it. That's great. We did it. We geeked about it.
Yeah.
No.
In and out.
Yeah. Our first shot, Bale working around, and then
Yeah.
takes off his shirt. Shredded Bale, shredded kale.
Yeah,
Let's go.
yeah.
Let's go.
He's not Christian.
No, sir.
Not
I'm not
anymore.
Christian after watching that.
Yeah. Unholy thoughts.
Yes, sir.
Well, yeah, this movie is, we've got
Masculine.
Christian Bale, we've got Matthew McConaughey,
Just dripping.
we've got Gerard Butler.
Oh,
My God.
this is
Say no more.
this is live action How I Trained Your Dragon.
Well, that's coming.
That's
And
real?
Gerard Butler's going to be in it.
Exactly.
He's the guy.
He's the guy from it.
He's the Viking guy. It's very exciting. I'm excited for that movie.
I
watch
cried
it.
at all three of those films.
Oh, yeah. Well, any animated movie is going to make you cry these days.
Yeah.
There are no animated movies anymore that are like a good time.
I think
It's like we're out here to make you comfortable and then rip your
I
heart
think
out.
something's wrong. I've been crying at every film I've watched lately. I think something's wrong with me. I think like all the stuff I pushed down is starting to crack through. I don't
The
know.
animation is
Yeah.
tearing away
Yeah.
at your hard, cold
I
shell.
teared up during this.
Yeah, of course.
and there's-
Well, yeah.
There's no
It's
reason
sad.
to.
Yeah.
No, it's a very testosterone driven film.
Well, so coming into this, I was a kid. I loved
know that.
dragons. I loved dragons. Dragons were so cool. It was one of the coolest things. I owned so many dragon shirts. That was the thing. It was like, okay, time to shop for school. Go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Buying dragon shirt
So
after dragon shirt, dragon hoodie,
So you were
dragon everything.
you were wearing dragon shirts and newsy hats. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, basically. Dragon hats, newsy shirts, or the other way around. But so, and like, anything that had so this movie was like, oh my God,
This is built for you.
it was built for me. And now, even now, it holds up.
Yeah, it was a lot of
Truthfully,
fun.
I love this movie, and it fits. It works. It's like, and for the time, for 2002, like the CGI is pretty decent. Like
Yeah.
it's not too elaborate. Like
This came out in 2002.
2002, like it's pretty impressive. Like they don't like
Wait,
they're
how old are these guys in that movie? Like,
Well,
how old is
however-
Bale and McConaughey when they
22
did
22 years younger than they are now.
God, they age like fucking Greek gods, don't
did-
they?
They did. Well, not Gerard Butler. But just kidding. No, just kidding, Gerard. Thank you for being a fan of the show. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
you
eventually,
look
guys,
great.
we're going to release the
You look
episode
great.
where
I
he
loved-
comes on and talks to us.
I love the movie Greenland. It was by far one of
White
the
House
more
Down?
recent. No, that was Channing Tatum.
Okay. What's the one I like? The one with Gerard Butler?
Olympus Has Fallen.
Olympus Has Fallen. Great.
There's a trilogy.
It is a
Olympus Has
trilogy.
Fallen.
Europe,
Angel Has Fallen.
and
then the Europe one. Is it a Europus or
Europe Fallen? Europe Falls?
Paris is Burning? I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway.
It's great. Great job overall. Just fantastic.
Yeah. I liked the Star Wars play. It's fun world building. That Gerard and Christian are the White Knight and the Black Knight, and takes his hand, and
Oh yeah.
it's
Sorry,
fun.
Yeah.
Because they don't have TVs no more, so they're telling
Exactly.
them the
They're the
stories. It's the entertainment like from yesteryear.
And it adds layers to this, to this group of people, the survivors, because we jumped so far ahead. 18. I'm assuming 18 years in the future.
Yeah, 2020 is the last newspaper. You see.
Yeah, and it's the last newspaper you see.
Well, that's the
Or is-
the newspaper before we jump into the main world.
2020 is?
Yeah.
Okay, so does he think it's further along then, or what?
No, it's definitely because it's Christian. It's definitely 2020.
Oh, like he wrote, yeah. Anyway, sorry, I got confused myself. But dragons, man, dragons run around, but like this community of people that Christian Bale is kind of like the leader of.
Mm-hmm.
His friend Gerard Butler. So his character's name's Quinn. Gerard Butler's name is
Quinn.
no, it's something else.
Quint.
Forget it. Quint. No. It's gone forever. Creedy. It's Creedy, and it's like he's like the best bud, and it just like plays into this like they've created a community.
Yeah.
And that's what is worth fighting. It's not just like a group of like hard-edged, like, we're survivors.
lots of
No,
kids
we're
there.
here to survive. Yeah, there's a lot
Teaching
of
kids.
And like we open up, like that first scene with that is like somebody who's been a part of it is acting out the Shane of the group.
Do you think that dude
is like,
was
I'm gonna
like
go
part dragon?
No, I don't think anybody was part dragon.
Well,
Only Matthew McConaughey was part dragon. He was part wolf, man. Yeah. He had the fire in his eyes.
He was salivating.
Wait till we get to this. I don't think we got to get there.
No,
yet.
we don't.
We'll keep going with this nice,
there's some
like the
foreplay
hardy
here.
community. Yeah,
There's some foreplay.
And this
here.
it takes place outside in England, so it's outside of London. London is where the first thing happens.
Yeah, yeah.
And then wherever they are is not there because they go back to London later to go find it. But like this community that's created, and he's there to preserve it. This guy goes off half cocked, and he's like, "I'm gonna go. We're gonna harvest now." And they're like, "No, you're gonna harvest too early. You have to do it the right way, or it's not gonna grow back, and we're not gonna have food."
Germination.
Like it's the germination hasn't happened. There's the chlorophyll, science. And then we go and guess what? Dragon comes. And these guys get got, and the harvest is burnt to the ground.
You know what? What I thought about while watching that shot was that the people wearing the fire protection, they all got into the car. The gunner on top did not wear any fire protection. And I thought maybe that guy should have had a little fire protection.
Crispy boy.
Yeah, a true crispy boy.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Crisp Nation.
And then business as usual is going back on, and enter the McConaughey.
What a reveal.
But it was just before we jump into that too, just like the details they have. Like they've got this creepy looking guy up in the tower with the bird.
Yeah.
And the bird.
That's his friend.
So they can see. Yeah, it's his friend. But like that's like the warning system for things coming.
Yeah.
No, I don't think where he's going on with the bird.
I just want to make sure. I got the same vibe. I want to make sure.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, he's a creepy dude, so I don't think that's
people,
part of the story.
I'll just say people get concerned when I have a pet bird.
Well, a creepy dude. I'm not saying people probably weren't worried about this guy.
Right. Okay. So yeah.
I think there's a reason they stuck him in a tower with a bird, though. There's a lot of kids around. No. But just like that, so it's like, oh, he's got the scope up there, and his bird goes off. There's a dragon coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then like that's cool. Yeah, they have the guy with the radio.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's in stuff too. I didn't look up, but like
I
he's
believe
like
it. I've learned if
him
you
from a lot of
can
things.
get into one film, you tend to at least get another one.
Yeah.
From what I've watched.
Done. I'm just saying, like I did recognize him. So good job, that guy.
Yeah.
Good job, radio dude.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, McConaughey comes. The U.S. comes
to save the day.
Yeah, a helicopter. They've got a tank. They've got a few RV. Just the whole cavalry. What do they call it?
They're the farmers. They're the townspeople, right? They're the Kansas or the Arkansas.
Oh, they said it was Indiana. No,
Indiana. It was one of the states in the middle of America.
But it was It was like the Republic of Kansas or something, or like I forget what it was, but yeah, it was 100% that. They had like a specific, but they're there because they what they know is that all the dragons that everybody has seen
got the same
female.
Yeah.
And they all have eggs. And that's how they
like fish.
Yeah. So they
drops
think
them and then the other dude comes up.
Is in this thing is it's that these dragons are like fish, which is funny to say out loud. With no context, but that the females lay eggs and the males just fly over and germinate. They
glide in pride.
Fertilizer, like the planes in the fields.
Just come in on,
So that's the theory going on with this. Is that that's how these dragons. So they've come to find the male.
Yeah, but
and
we
people
get
have
to watch
seen the
them
male.
take down
That's
a dragon.
We get this, and their system is so cool.
It is cool.
You need to triangulate so you could track it.
Yeah.
They get the people in the air to the dive bombing. And it's really cool.
It is really cool until that Alvarez, this poor bad.
It reminded me of the Godzilla movie with the guys that parachuted down.
Oh, yeah.
And like, like it was kind of similar to that kind of like, hell diver kind of thing.
He flew straight into the fucking Earth's core trying to escape that dragon.
That one guy. He did not get a warning on that guy. No. I mean, somebody probably should have said something over the radio that they were able to hear.
Yeah.
Like, hey, parachute, man. You're getting pretty close.
Smack into Earth's core,
Should have said something.
He's seeing all the other dragons.
But one guy got flamed.
Yeah, flamed. A lot of flames.
And the other guy actually landed and he was fine, right?
Yeah.
I forget his name, but then the kid went with him and was like, he's going to teach me how to jump out of a plane and get eaten by a dragon.
Yep.
But like that whole the whole concept they had it all thought out, It was
it was very cool.
We're going to go, okay, you're going to triangulate. And Christian Bale had to go, Quinn had to go out there and help him.
because that other guy died.
Yeah.
And then he had to ride the horse.
Yeah, he got.
And then McConaughey harpooned the dragon.
McConaughey did harpoon the dragon. This is Matthew McConaughey. What we have to do is describe Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, go for it.
People are used to with Matthew McConaughey is like, even in, Dallas Buyers Club, a certain amount of like put togetherness, hair,
well, not true. Well, I guess True Detective
going through
in the past.
True Detective, even True Detective
in the past, he's more put together.
Even him in the future with like the balding, stringy hair and mustache, it's still like okay. But this one, he's shaved bald.
Got a good old juicy vein up there.
Juicy veins going on. Yeah. And he's got a goatee or a full beard. Just
it's good. I would call it a goatee.
Yeah.
He's got nice body tattoo.
Oh God, he is rugged.
They're just dragons. They're just trying to out-alpha each other.
If I was a dragon, I'd be afraid of this guy.
I'd be in love with this guy.
Not only that, he's carrying around an axe.
Yeah.
He's got an axe. Carries this thing around the whole time. Always carrying this axe. And just the sleeveless.
The sleeveless like, bomber
jacket. My God. This is just like peak, just amazing. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that just makes Quinn even like it immediately. Quinn lets the Americans in. They go take down the dragon, and then they're celebrating.
Yeah.
And then McConaughey and the other Americans come in, and he immediately just cuts them down. Pity the country who needs heroes. Oh no, it's praise. What is it? He's like, praise the country that has heroes, which is immediately an insult. Without it, then it's pity the country who needs them. And it's just like, all right, man. All right.
Well, he just lost all his dudes.
He said we just lost people. They did. We lost 3 men out there.
Yeah. Well, and that's why the next day he's like, I'm going to take some people and
we're going to go look for the bull.
For the big one.
I want the bull.
And then that's when they get into that testosterone fist fight.
Oh yeah, they go.
I got to tell you,
yeah,
I have not felt my dick move like that in years.
Nice
watching that. That was incredible.
Well, it is a little testosterone driven. That's the thing I want to avoid is the fact that like this isn't just like it's a really good movie.
It is a lot of fun.
We're focusing on the testosterone driven between these actors that such an early film that these actors that we know now as these, bigger names and them in different ways. Obviously McConaughey, very transformative. Bale, very transformative. McConaughey also
in this
at times, but in a lot of ways usually but like this absolute fist fight brawl between them. After Quinn is like no.
Yeah. Connor's like
and
yes.
Van Zandt, which McConaughey's character's name is Van Zandt, which is also like
that's crazy.
Yeah, Denton Van Zandt. It's like Van Zandt's coming. Yeah, man. I just can't talk about how much I love this movie. Like it fills me with joy that they've created And nothing. There's no what other movie that is worth watching is like this, where it's dragons in an apocalyptic film, post-apocalyptic world of dragons.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. I should have worn a dragon shirt today.
You should have.
I don't
you
have
talk
any
so
that
highly
last
of them.
long. You know what I mean? Still don't have any. I don't think.
In my head, you're wearing a dragon. Don't worry.
Nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Poor Gerard Butler on this.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if he was there, he got.
He got got.
He was running up to go save people.
Yeah.
And they were all in the like the basement area. And then you heard something coming, and the flames was a coming, and he was on the wrong side of that door.
Yeah, and then like 10 seconds later, a bunch of other people came through that door just fine. So
yeah,
and they didn't even see
him. It was like the next day.
That was the next day.
Oh, yeah, because remember, and that's the whole thing. It was like the things the kids like the chant they had, or prayer or mantra. It's like, what do we do when we sleep? Keep one eye open.
Yeah. What do we do when they come? Run. What do we do when we hide?
No, it's what do we do? What do we do when we wake? Keep two eyes open. What do we do when we see them? Run. I don't know what else.
This is better than what I had.
That's a fun one. It's this whole world, man.
It's this whole world. And then they go to London and take the fight to them.
They do. They try to first, and that goes poorly.
Yeah.
They get there. They're like still at the front door.
Hundreds of
dragons. Because there's hundreds of dragons there. And they come straight at them and they take everybody out.
Yeah.
Now, they took people from this settlement. They were cool. They were hanging out. Maybe we lost a couple people every now and then. Then we go over there. Take them out. Bring them to the fight.
Yeah.
And then they get roasted alive.
Yeah, they didn't.
The only people who survive, Matthew McConaughey, Van Zandt, and Alex, the helicopter pilot. Who, little will they, won't they, but probably they will with Quinn.
Oh, yeah.
Immediate tension there. And that's it. And they come back. That's when Van Zandt, after Gerard Butler bites it, and then we sleep over in the basement.
Yeah.
That's when Butler and McConaughey, Alex, and one other guy.
Yeah.
Somebody else survived. So there was 3 people, I guess.
They come back and like, look,
they come back.
I got your boys
and
killed.
And that was it. In that moment, when these names. I'm just gonna say McConaughey. McConaughey goes, "You were right." To Quinn.
Yeah.
To Christian Bale. And that moment for me was like, this is a good movie.
Yeah.
But he's willing to say he was wrong.
It takes a big man to do that.
Yeah. It takes a big man to admit that. It takes a big person. We don't have to. We're no macho men.
We're not.
Here.
I'm just saying within that context, it would take.
Yeah.
If it was a woman, I'd say take a big woman to do that.
Yeah.
Takes a big person.
Takes a big. Yeah. It's a big leap in a person's heart.
Yeah, to change. You got to change. You got to change.
He's so blinded by. I mean, to be fair, I get it. Post-apocalypse, you think you know how to stop it.
Yeah.
You're going to do everything you can to do that.
Yeah.
And if anybody stands in your way, screw you, get out of the way. I'm trying to save everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I don't do nothing, if this doesn't work, you're all toast anyway. Because these dragons just coming around, bam, 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 burning up all the crops.
Yeah.
Burning up all the people. Then we have our final showdown.
Yeah. Well, before they get there, he's like, he has the skies, but I have the tunnels.
Yeah. Because he's like, I know.
Yeah.
We're going to go to London. I know where to go.
I got to ask this. I don't know why this bothered me so much. When McConaughey asks, how big is that furnace? And Bale goes 150 feet. It bothered me so much. It bothered me so much. I wonder if it bothered Bale. Like, everything's in meters over there.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
True.
Why was it 150 feet?
Why would he say feet? Yeah, that's an over. Yeah, why didn't Bale go, well, maybe he knew he was talking to.
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
American, and it's like
I was left thinking.
Let me understand. Thought. Let me just put it into perspective for you.
Yeah.
That you'll understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if there was like a different dub or something where they said
maybe
meters in the English one. I wonder if in Spain it was in Spanish.
Oh.
That's what I'm going for there.
Mm.
I'm hot. Are you hot?
No, I wouldn't say I'm hot. I'm tired.
I'm sweaty. Oh, so sweaty.
Yeah. You know what? The one thing I remembered about
it's like a dragon's den in here.
One thing I remembered about this film, and I guess I don't know if I ever saw it or just is that image of McConaughey jumping slow-mo with the axe.
That's the only reason I want to do this episode. It's just that moment.
And I got to say, that did not go the way I thought it would.
Well, I think if the trailer had, like, it showed
the trailer, I think, had
but that's the whole thing, is it's just like, they get to London, they're like, immediately the dragon sees them, and they're like, oh, crap. And so now they're running around trying to avoid it. They're trying to get, like, different vantage points. And then that goes badly right away.
Yeah, well, you're fighting an alpha species.
Yeah. McConaughey gets up there and he's got the gun, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to.
He's got only a limited amount of bow and arrows. And
the explosive bolts
on
the arrows.
Yeah.
So Bale's trying to run around and get it. They're trying to get the dragon to like basically about to blow fire. That's when they say that's where they bare their chest. So that's when you can hit them. And they're obviously that goes to shit. But we're left with Matthew McConaughey on top of a building, going against the dragon, out in bullets, grabs his axe.
Hell yeah.
And just slow-mo. Like this is probably what inspired Zack Snyder to do everything. It's just like the most just running, grabs the axe, takes it, goes for the dragon.
Goes for the overhead smash.
And the dragon just done.
Yeah.
Snack you McConaughey. He's not going to be in Rain of Fire 2.
No, he is not. God.
But the axe is fine.
The axe is fine.
The axe survives.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's pure steel or something.
Yeah. I think Christian Bale grabs it.
Yeah, but was such testosterone.
Just like
I'm out of ideas. Wild. So I'm gonna. I mean, it was very much a "fuck you, Gators." You remember that guy? Yeah. It was just like, this is what I'm gonna do.
This is it. Like, they're just going for it. Like, and there. I do feel like, I guess I have a little bit of a problem. Like, why would he do that? And I mean, maybe it is he trusts that Quinn is they're gonna get it. And if he can feed the dragon for a second, maybe the dragon won't be hungry, and give them an opportunity to get it done.
Well, I just, if he had landed the hit, he still would have fallen, 200, 150 feet, and to his death.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, even if the dragon had missed him.
So it was always a suicide.
It was a common.
But he wanted to go out doing what was right. Feeding the hungry.
In a flame of glory and fire. Blaze of glory, that's what it is. Jesus.
Come on, man, get your stuff together.
I got to read a dictionary.
Actually, funny story. In dictionaries published in the early 1900s, they mention dragons are very few still around.
Ooh.
Very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm talking about Merriam-Webster dictionary,
real
dictionary.
Oh, they know their stuff.
Yeah,
they know their stuff there.
Very few.
They are
very rare.
They are the definition of dictionary.
Yeah,
yeah, the very definition. Well, that's just fun. Period.
It's a fun film.
Yeah,
and which is why I was disappointed in the final. What was his name? Quinn. When Quinn...
Shirt off again.
Oh, shredded Bale, shredded kale, baby. When he goes for the final kill, his sassy line is, "Hey," to get the dragon's attention. You know what he should have said? He should have said, "You took my mother. I'm taking your species."
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah. Hey, Daddy.
Yeah, like we could have had just a little bit of that salt action.
A little bit of a little more sprinkle.
Yeah, a little spicy, baby. But hey,
bad breath.
Wow.
Hey, hot stuff.
Yeah.
This is for my mother. Shoot him, and then throw the axe.
Oh yeah,
hit him in the eye.
Should have.
That's
bow and arrowed the axe.
Yeah, that's for Van Zandt, my best friend.
My best friend. I've known him forever.
Yeah, I've known him since he brought his tank to my door, and then lied to me.
Yeah, and tried to beat me up.
Yeah,
he's my best friend.
Yeah, that was what because Alex said to him like, Van Zandt always believed in you, right? Or something like that.
Something like that.
Always thought you would do it. Always thought you'd succeed.
And nice. by every bit of Van Zandt's actions, I would disagree with that.
Yeah,
because I don't think he had the slightest bit of confidence in.
He always had the cigar,
just chomped on it. Yeah,
chomped on cigar. But just like his character, just like the way he did everything as Van Zandt. Just the lens of it. Like, he took in his environment. He owned it. He filled the room.
Yeah.
He was like, you were just like, this is an animal.
Yeah.
This is an animal within a human being.
Yeah.
Walking around, just don't mess. I'm gonna do whatever I want here. Wild animal. I guarantee, if this had not been an apocalypse, huge dick. Just like the kind of person you're like, I don't want to be around this guy.
Considering he was
probably
a dick in the apocalypse.
Probably a criminal.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So here's my one question, though, is this is so far, so you said the newspaper stopped in 2020.
Yeah.
So, what was I would love to know a little bit.
You want a prequel?
About, I wouldn't mind a prequel. I wouldn't, I guess that's something, and that's something I said about Pacific Rim, is I felt like.
Where they canceled the apocalypse.
They canceled the apocalypse, yeah, because it was, even Pacific Rim took place at a point where it was like, we're still living. People were still doing their thing. It wasn't quite apocalypse.
Well, these people
because
didn't
the apocalypse was impending,
robots.
And they were worried. No,
they
I understand
had bows and
that.
arrows and a weird dude with a crow.
But they had time to build robots, is what I'm saying, basically. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm trying to say is the difference of okay, dragons appeared. I mean, I like the movie, and I'm fine with it, but I wouldn't mind seeing. First off, I usually say this, and I'm gonna say it again. I'd love a Reign of Fire TV series. I'd just love to explore this world a little bit more, starting with one, and we try to get rid of it, and then we find there's more, just explore the world a little bit, see how the military react. You know what I mean? Explore this thing a little bit. We'll never get it. We'll never have another Reign of Fire. I would love it if we did. I can't see them ever remaking this. It's so beautiful. I think many people did not see it.
Yeah, I think
most people don't even know it exists. Yeah. I did not look up how it did. I did look up that director, writer, they worked on very few things.
That's sad.
The one guy who doctored the screenplay, I believe, because he wasn't credited with the story, he's done a few things, and it seems like he's whatever.
It's a fun film.
But it's a very fun film.
Great song over the credits.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but
oh god, it was.
It was very early aughts music.
Well, no, during it, when they're partying. Remember the song they played during the party?
What?
This is Jimi Hendrix. Can I stand next to your fire?
Oof.
And I was like, awesome.
Oof.
Awesome. And then the credits is another Fire song.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
I might have Shazammed it.
Yeah. You gotta check it out. Because I looked in the credits, and it's on IMDb. I looked through what songs were, what the soundtrack was, and literally only listed those two songs. I think it was an original song, but I don't remember. But it was fire burning, fire burning.
What day is today?
Today is.
Never mind. I figured it out.
You did? The date or the song?
The day. I figured out what today was.
It was like Adele. I set fire to the rain.
My phone.
Oh my God! You think she got the song from that?
I would imagine.
Rain of Fire. Set fire to the rain.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there.
Wasn't she?
She's a
singer.
Singer, yeah, still is.
Does she have a pet dragon?
Probably. Soon she'll find out how to train her dragon.
Is she in that?
No.
Why would you say
that? I do not know that. I cannot say for a fact she's not, but I cannot say for a fact.
Was she in any of the animated ones?
No. She did not make an appearance. Actually, again, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'd be surprised by it.
I'm a little concerned with the
lack of information,
ease at which you're throwing information out there that is false.
Well,
are you a sociopath?
I'm saying it as, when you're like, I have no reason to think she would be. I would feel like it would be significant enough to know, based on my limited knowledge of How to Train Your Dragon. But I don't think so. Was Gerard Butler the voice of?
He was the dad.
He was the voice dragon. One? So he's back. It's live action. He's doing it.
Oh, he's in it too? He's going to be the dad again?
He's the dad in the, yeah. Well, that's what I was referring to.
That's interesting.
He was the voice actor.
To play.
Because I just realized that.
I mean, I guess people do that.
I saw a photo. They released a photo of him as
You saw a photo of Gerard Butler?
I've
seen tons of photos of Gerard Butler. You think that makes him better than me?
Him as big guy, dad? Dragon Slayer, Dragon Man.
He wasn't big guy Dragon Slayer in this one.
Yeah.
They're all young babies in this one.
I don't know why
20 some odd years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah. They're still going.
Should we have started younger? Is that what you're saying?
We did start younger. I mean, we didn't start doing anything. We thought we would. Poor guy. You'll be okay.
Oh, God.
Shh. Let it.
Oh, no.
That's all right. I want more of this. That's all I can say. Like, I'd love more, especially now. Like, it was pretty simple. Like sets and like environments and stuff. Hey, come back.
Sorry.
Set fire to we got to find out the song.
Right.
We didn't find out the song.
Right. Good point.
Just look up.
I'm going to look up end credit.
Rain of Fire end credit song.
End credit.
Because I'm pretty sure it is a song that like you would know from popular culture. Fire. It definitely has fire in it, or burns.
Walk Away was the band's first and only single. Its music video contains sequences from the film Rain of Fire and is also played in the movie's closing credits alongside another track of theirs, Burn.
Oh, Burn. Yeah, it's Burn.
I guess I think the band's name is Mad at Gravity.
Yes, Mad at Gravity, Burn. And then I guess the second, they needed more music, so they added it. So that band just did this?
Well, yeah, it says they didn't, it wasn't a lot of...
it was Mad at Gravity. That guy.
Yeah, he is. He's deep in the earth. Deep in the earth, that boy.
The guy. He's really mad at gravity.
Yeah. Nobody was even screaming, pull up. It's just.
Yeah. And they had to try. They watched it. They were watching it happen.
That was like, you don't see too much of that in films.
What a waste of a parachute.
You don't see too much of that, and just.
Yeah.
Like, no failure to pull, no, like.
Yeah.
Half missing a leg. He didn't get burned. He didn't get eaten.
It's cloudy. I can't see. Well, help him out, man.
Well, that's the problem with England, right? It's cloudy there.
Is it?
It's well known for its.
Oh, that makes sense.
Clouds.
Now. It makes more sense. The play of these, cocky Americans going to England, and being like, we're going to kill the dragons here.
Yeah.
Why are there flies in here?
Dude, there are no flies in here.
That was an Office reference.
Oh.
The show. Not just any office.
Okay.
This office, that office.
You
don't see many dragons. And that's the cool thing about this is it's also, you hear dragons and you think fantasy. And yet this plays out more like a sci-fi. Because it's not rooted in magic or anything. It's
it's just creature. They're a creature.
Yeah.
It's the predator.
It was cool that they did the science of how the breath happens when it mixes the chemicals out of its glands.
It's gland.
Yeah.
It's a glander, as they call them.
Yeah. Glandular.
It's a gland attack.
Ungland. But then the baby, the egg, remember? He takes the egg out of the dragon while people are going to London. And you saw like that was cool too. It was like the eggs in there. It made him believe too, I guess, that
dragons is real.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Everybody knows dragons is real at that point.
Yeah. They knew.
They were getting
destroyed by
it destroyed everything.
Nobody
society.
Was like, dragons aren't real. Those are ghosts killing us.
That would have been amazing. Just bring a character that's like, this isn't real.
Anti-dragons.
It's just Aaron Rodgers. That's not real. I've done my research.
Yeah, those aren't real. It's not real. That's a cloud. It's a cloud it's like lightning but fire form.
Yeah.
It's just fire lightning.
Lightning is just a play on light. It's just light refraction
from the sun. It's just a plain mirror
from Jupiter. It's all science.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, man. None of it matters.
Welcome. Welcome to Nothing Matters. Anything else cool? I think we got it all.
We hit the high notes for sure.
Hit the high notes. Let's talk about one more time.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, greased up.
Just greased up.
Yeah. Fantasy level amount of grease.
I wouldn't follow him, knowing what I know about what happens to every single person that followed him.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't follow him.
Yeah,
that was not a good success ratio in terms of who lived. But I get, they got to wait for all the other dragons to die off. That was the big thing. You kill the one progenitor. What is it?
They still have work. Yeah, I think you. Yeah. The bull.
Well, you know what's interesting?
I'm after the bull.
You know what's sequel? I mean, dinosaurs, similar to dragons, right?
Yeah.
Reptilian in nature. Life finds a way. One of them could switch.
Dragon Park.
Yeah. Could become a cedar.
Yeah. That's true. Well, there could have been a germinated egg that would have turned into a bull.
Yeah.
Because you got to assume more males were born.
He killed them. He's the alpha, I would
assume. That's what I'm saying. So
he's the strongest. Why? I ain't going to let another.
But like...
It's like when men come into my home, I kill them because that is my home.
Well, yeah.
They're trying to take my things. Yeah. They can't have my toys.
Yeah. Poor electrician.
Yeah.
But it's...
Still don't have power.
But that's the concept, is it might not be over because if there was a bull that had not been born or he had not gotten to yet
I'll tell you right now. You know what?
They're everywhere. They have to be everywhere because that might not make sense overall. Is that the bull's in London?
Yeah.
And this has reached the planet. Then it starts there. Everybody. I mean, there are a lot of dragons. Yeah, but
these dragons can cover hundreds of thousands of miles.
Yeah, you're right. They're very fast
in a day.
Yeah, they just came in like 3 minutes and just wiped out.
Yeah. I'd love.
Everybody.
Hear me out. I'd love a sequel combo. You know how Alien vs. Predator?
Yeah.
Let's do Reign of Fire versus 65.
Oh, yeah. Well, 65 was in the past. I could see Reign of Fire versus Aliens.
That might be one of the stupidest things you've ever said.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb. I agree.
Good
God. I don't know why I said that.
Dragons and dinosaurs?
Dragons, dinosaurs, yeah. Well, it's just dragons without wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we're rooting for the dinosaurs because they're like, oh, you think you're better than us because you have better genes?
Yeah. I'm surprised nobody made a reference to like dragons in books before that had happened, like Smog. Like, oh, this is a happy book about. That's a nice dragon. Or like Lord of the Rings is on the shelf, and they're like, "Don't read that. Don't read it."
They just ripped out the pages with dragons.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, how many Matthew McConaughey?
Oof. Oof. I like this.
No, how many pulsing Matthew McConaughey veins out of 10 would you give this?
I'd give it 9.
I'd give it 9.5.
Yeah, 9 veins.
You know what? No, I'm going to say 10.
You're going for 10?
I'm just going to go full 10. Because it's just like, it's so enjoyable. And I don't think there's a wasted moment in any of it. It's just like, it tells a story.
It tells a story. I give it only a 9 because I think there were 2 moments or a few moments where they could have just upped it a little, because it's
no, I know.
It's a movie that could have, like having a sassier one-liner at the end, or like that.
Here's the thing. What I will say is, I feel like because they told their whole story in this movie, if there was a sequel, it would have been. I would give this a lesser rating, because then you'd be like, okay, well, you could have taken your time with certain things, or you could have extended this. Or
why would the sequel would make the first one worse?
Well, because then it's more story. This is all we have. This is all we have. This is the only movie that deals with a sci-fi version, a scientific version of dragons, post-apocalyptic. Nothing else does that.
Yeah.
We're all talking about, all of us are worried about aliens, and zombies, and that's it, really.
Monkeypox,
nuclear, because Fallout.
Sure.
But I'm just saying, these things that like all these post-apocalyptic movies are all about these other things, but this is dragons, man.
Yeah.
I had a T-shirt.
I've heard you've got many pieces of clothing with dragons.
Yeah.
It was like the Lisa Ann Frank of, didn't she draw the?
Yeah, the dolphins and all this stuff. Yeah.
Was there a version was there a Lisa Ann Frank who did dragons?
It's just Lisa Frank, I think.
Well,
I think it's just Lisa Frank.
Was there a Lisa Frank who did dragons?
I don't know why I'm laughing at that. Anyway, we've done the rating. We're done talking.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next.
Next
couple days.
Next apocalypse.
Yeah.
Watch out for them dragons. Stay low.